The U.S. has deemed death by stoning a barbaric and abhorrent act, a slow form of execution in which an individual is ruthlessly killed by having stones thrown again and again. It continues in many parts of the world, including Iran, Saudi Arabia, and Afghanistan. But now a new video reports to show a stoning in northwest Pakistan, a woman being stoned to death by Taliban militants, allegedly. The video was obtained by Al An, a television station in Dubai that focuses on women's issues in the Arab world. It's so disturbing we can only show parts of it. The woman is tethered to the ground in what we are told is the upper region of the Orakzai province of Pakistan. She appears to cling to life as men repeatedly throw stones at her. Her crime, allegedly being seen out with a man. Now, we're not able to independently verify the authenticity of the tape or its forensics, but Al An television says the video was smuggled out by a member of the Taliban who attended the stoning approximately 2 months ago. Joining me now is Gail Lamond, the Deputy Director of Women and Foreign Policy Program at the Council on Foreign Relations, who focuses on the treatment and role of women in Afghanistan. Thank you very much for being here. You've seen that tape. What do you make of it?
I think this is what happens when you have Taliban-controlled areas, right? I mean, I think women face punishments such as stonings, lashings, beatings without trial, without ever getting a say, and that's their version of justice.
It was said to us that it was smuggled out by someone and given to this women's station in Dubai. It seems authentic to you?
It does. It's really hard to tell. I mean, I think with these tapes, it's very difficult to know when and where exactly they were shot. But is it consistent with videos that have been coming from Taliban-controlled areas since the 90s? Yes.
And why is that approach? Give our viewers a sense of why the Taliban treats women this way.
You know, I don't think the Taliban universally treat women this way, but this is their version of the law. They have a view of the ideal time of Islam being at their version of the 7th century,
right.
At the time when Islam's founding. And they think that this is what happens to women, that, you know, as carriers of honor, anytime they stray outside the line, they must face severe punishments, lashings, beatings, stonings, and that's their version of justice. And men face the same kind of very tough justice from the Taliban.
As carriers of honor, though, so women are, in a sense, held in higher regard and pay a price for it.
That's right. That's right. I mean, it's quite positive in the sense that women are viewed and respected in terms of carriers of the family honor, but it also means that they can pay the price for men's crimes, and they can pay the price for being seen without any kind of proof as straying outside the lines.
And in this case, there's no indication that the man she was seen with was similarly punished.
That's right, and it happens. You know, sometimes the man is punished, sometimes he isn't, but in every case the woman is punished.
So what does that mean for women who face the prospect of Taliban control in Pakistan and Afghanistan? They were through it in Afghanistan.
That's right. And you know, I think it depends on who and where. You know, the Taliban has never been monolithic, but if you're going to talk about largely Taliban-controlled areas, sure, you'll see more of the same.
The U.S. has certainly used the argument that women will suffer under the Taliban as part of its effort to win the hearts and minds.
Yes.
In Afghanistan and to some extent in Pakistan. Is that an effective argument? Is that really credible, that this kind of thing would be coming?
I think it's credible. Whether it's effective remains to be seen. I think this government has had a very difficult time outlining the objectives and the aims of this war in Afghanistan. And people don't know, are women a reason? Are women not a reason? Are we supposed to believe that? Are we not? Is this spin? And I think, you know, when you meet women in Afghanistan who are really seizing the opportunity of these past 8 years and creating for themselves, you know, real opportunities in business, in civil society, in politics, you feel that, yes, this is a real reason. But I think it's hard for that message to get through to the American public.
And what about in Pakistan? Do they fear this is coming to them? It's a westernized country in many respects for women.
I think it depends. I think in the cities, people have tended to see this as a very isolated case that does not affect Islamabad or Karachi. But I think the more that they see videos like this, the more you see examples of a case that was in Pakistan not too long ago of a young woman who was lashed for not marrying a Taliban commander, the more people get very concerned, and women in particular who are very vocal in Pakistan get concerned.
Gail Lamond, thank you very much. For more information and continuing coverage, check out abcnews.com and click on the blotter. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter.